The semifinals start tonight as the Florida Storm hosts the Alamo City Artillery. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs. With me in the booth, as always, Gerald Smith on stats, Luke Schreiner, Zach Haldorf. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Gerald, how you doing tonight?
Sunny, warm Florida. Let's do it.
Let's go. It's the semifinals. This one decides the first team to advance to the Season 21 SFL Championship game. A pair of teams that each only lost 2 games all season face off tonight. For one of them, they'll get their third loss to be knocked out of the contest. For the other, a chance to play in the championship game. It's going to be an exciting one. Break it down for us.
This game is going to be won by the running backs and the defense. Both teams have rushed the ball nearly twice as much as they have thrown the ball. Alamo City's Brad Jones has rushed for just over 1,900 yards with 22 touchdowns on the season, while his counterpart in Florida, Bullet Beletsky, has rushed for just under 1,800 yards with 23 touchdowns. The Storm defense is number 1 overall in total defense and has the number 3 rush defense, led by arguably the league's best linebacking core in Thunderman, Tobin, and rookie Jesus Smith, who collectively have over 50 tackles for losses this season. Alamo City's defense is great as well, with having the number 2 rush defense and the number 2 defense in takeaways, led by linebacker Jay Mart, who leads the team with 5 interceptions this season. Whichever team can slow down their opponent's run game and limit the turnovers has the best chance to punch their ticket to the big dance.
As Matt Wilson would always say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. So down to the field we go to get this one started. From Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Alamo City will take the opening kickoff and bring it up to the 27-yard line. That is where the Artillery at 10-2 will take to the field the first time this evening. 10-2 in the regular season. They won their playoff game last week. Gerald, interesting fact, none of the wild card teams are here in the semifinals. It's only teams that started in the quarterfinals. All the wild card winners eliminated last week.
Oh, that's what it is. That's why you got that seeding in there. Those guys who get those first round buys. 1 through 4. That's all you should have left. The math is correct there.
The math worked out this time. So on the field, Ace Fennick at quarterback, getting things started. And Brad Jones, you mentioned him in your intro. Gerald, one of the top runners in the league this season, along with his counterpart on the other side of the field, Charlie Bullet Beletsky. Brad Jones with just under 2,000 yards in the regular season and 22 rushing touchdowns. Impressive stats. Ball is pitched right back out to Jones on second down, sets him up with a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and this is where I think Brad Jones will come in here too, right? Because they got 3 ball carriers back there with Brad Jones, Njuzzi, and Rainstorm at the fullback position. Even though Rainstorm has only had 2 carries on the season, but this could be a spot they might give it to him.
Big 3rd down conversion. Fennick going to throw, but no. Sacked, brought down by Deontay Stoneville. Excuse me, no, that is not. That's Ryan Tobin getting into the backfield and putting the opening drive to a close.
And as we mentioned in the opening, Tobin in this linebacking corner comes right off the edge, and you can add another one to the tackle for loss column right there with that sack to force a punt.
So if you notice, there's a modified V underneath, on the shoulders, I should say, on the sleeves, on the Alamo City Artillery jerseys for tonight's game. The victory of the Allies in World War II, the 4 notes, ... dash in the Morse code indicating the letter V for victory. Winston Churchill urged citizens to display a V wherever they could, honoring that on the Alamo City Artillery sleeves tonight. Florida takes over on offense. They get the ball at their own 33-yard line. Ron Cochran, one of the most efficient quarterbacks this season. Gerald's 71% completion percentage and a 112.4 QBR through the regular season, both top in the league.
Right, and it's the main thing to see because they haven't thrown the ball but 235 times.
Yeah, at least
this
in
season.
the league. Charlie Beletsky, he's carried the rock a few times and doing it right here, going down the sideline, ultimately stepping out of bounds across midfield. Huge gain for Beletsky, 357 carries. That's 3rd best in the league. He actually had 23 touchdowns on the ground in the regular season. Definitely a pair of exciting running backs to watch here tonight.
Yeah, and he's averaging 5 yards a carry on the season right there. And along with his fullback buddy in the backfield with him, averaging almost 5.5 yards a carry. So these guys, when they get the ball, they pick up chunk yardage usually.
Cochran under center now. 4 wide receivers set for the Storm. Pitching it back out to Beletsky, met in the backfield and tackled for a loss. Brought down for a 2-yard loss. Ron Huff with the tackle. Let's roll through the starting offense for Florida. We've talked about quarterback Ron Cochran and halfback Charlie Beletsky. The fullback is J.W. Doyle. Wide receivers are Stephen Bush, Caleb Giffis, Art Vandelay, and E.J. Minson. Baradin Zarkov and Ron Haynes, the notorious Ron Haynes, are the tight ends. Joseph Wade, Greg McDonaldson, and put him on the back are the offensive linemen. That pass is complete to Stephen Bush. Good for a Florida first down.
Jay Mart almost had a hand on it. Ron Cochran with the touch right there just to get it over Jay Mart's hand to get it to Stephen Bush to be able to pick up that first down. That could have been another, pass defense for Jay Mart right there.
First down and 10 from the Alamo City 37-yard line. Beletsky takes the handoff, bounces off of Mart. Ron Hoff brings him down, but not before a 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, when you're picking up chuck yarders like that, it actually makes it easy on 2nd down. You're looking at 2nd and short, and you're already ahead of the chains right here.
J.W. Doyle and Charlie Beletsky in the backfield. 2 tight ends in the set. Ron Haynes heading up top. Actually, 3 tight end set. Beletsky takes the pitch. Doyle, what a nice block. Beletsky off to the races, and Florida will score first. Touchdown Storm.
And Doyle throws the block on the edge and actually makes one block, but picks up 2 other defenders in the process and propels his running back to get the first points on the board right here.
31-yard touchdown run by Charlie Beletsky. Florida scores first in this one. Alamo City, finishing 10-2, Gerald. They were home, to start their game last week. In the quarterfinals, now in the semifinals on the road here against the Storm. Florida with the home field advantage in this one. 5 plays, 66 yards, and a touchdown here early on in the first quarter. If you are new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone, and you are here for the semifinals. You can get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. The minor league, in fact, starts this Friday.
Black Friday. What a day to start, right? Everybody just
great sales. You just got done with eating turkey.
I don't know if it's just sales. You just stuffed on turkey.
Oh,
what better way than just lounge around and watch some football?
Yeah, you're just like all fat and happy, and you're like, you know what I'm gonna do?
I'm already fat and happy.
Well, yeah, we're gonna be even fatter and happier on Friday, though. Alamo City takes back over on offense. First down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Ball is handed off to Jones. Tries to get all the way to the outside. That was well defended by Florida. Tackled for a 1-yard loss.
And the pursuit by the defensive backs. That's something you really don't see a whole lot in this league. Is actually the run recognition by the defensive backs, right? To be able to recognize that run and actually come up really, really quick and actually, end up with a tackle for loss.
Yeah, excellent run coverage by the Storm. Fennick to throw over the middle, off the hands of his intended target. Tried to get it out to Yayo Montana. 3rd down and 11 will roll through the starting offense for Alamo City. Ace Fennick's the quarterback. Brand Jones and Thick and Juicy is the halfbacks. Rain Storm the fullback. Kendra Wells, Kenny Hendricks, Ziggy Ronick, Yayo Montana, and Deuce Fennick are the wide receivers. Garrison Blue and Hank Earl Troll are the tight ends. Jamarcus Candy, David Parker, William Davidson, Charles Michael, and Jukin Rukin makes up the offensive line. Play action on 3rd and 11. Fennick trying to get away, throws down the left sideline, and wow, what a catch. Montana secures that one.
What a play action by Ace Fennick, because he fooled the rusher on the outside into making him slow up a little bit.
Yep, threw
and
him
he
off.
got confused, and then Ace Finnick thrown off bounds and is thrown to his guy Yayo Montana, who has been the team leader in receptions on the season. That was a huge pickup for that 3rd and long.
First down and 10. Jones takes the handoff, runs up the middle, gets a gain of 5. Starting defense for Florida, defensive line, Deontay Stoneville, Alessandro Tomaello, Alex Dominguez, and Pete Mitchell. The linebackers, Leon Thunderman, Jesus Smith, and Ryan Tobin. Secondary, Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, Adam Jones, Roscoe Jenkins, Adrian Blaine, Andrew Francis, and J.J. Bailey. Jones gets the pitch, breaks 1 tackle, can't break the second. Brought down by Blaine, 3rd and 2.
And who was there right off the bat, right? One of those, stud lead linebacker core members than Jesus Smith, been able to hit him close to the line of scrimmage, and then one of the DBs were able to come up and be able to bring Brad Jones to the ground and force this 3rd and short.
Halfway through quarter number 1, Florida out in front. Jones takes a handoff. Oh, absolutely stuffed.
The rookie coming in and filling the hole, recognizing it, and getting them for no gain to force a punt. What a play by the rookie.
Alamo City now 0 for 2 on 3rd down and 2. Danny Dimes on to punt for the Artillery. Drop down at about the 17-yard line. We'll spot it back up at the 19. Great coverage by Jeff Spicoli. In on special teams.
And you can see how Florida just, kind of been playing on defense for them, right? It's kind of been status quo for them, right? They allow the least amount of yards, on average, only, allowing, which is 1st in the league, 324 yards, total yards allowed to their opponents. So Florida kind of keeping up with what they've been doing this season and kind of shutting down opponents in yards wide.
Bolesky picking up where he left off, 4-yard gain on his first touch. Let's go through the starting defense for Alamo City. The defensive lineman, Stephen Fellows II, Theodore Rocker, Yogi Barr, and Tina Begin, along with Robert Thump. Jay Mart, the inside linebacker. You've already mentioned him a few times now, Gerald. Bogey Barr and Rob Foraker. Those are your linebackers. First down and 10 after that. First down pickup by Bolesky. Keep rolling through the secondary for Alamo City. The corners, Jukin Rukin Jr., Jeff Spicoli, Ron Hoff, and Mickey McGuire. Safeties are Rain Rie, Willie Bands, Albert Begin, and Cody Lawrence. 3 receiver set. Now, this time Doyle getting the carry, only able to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Second down, Jay Mart with the tackle.
Yeah, Jay Mart coming up after there. Rain Rie comes in there and kind of makes a hit to slow Doyle down to have J Mark come by and kind of clean it up a little bit. But now they're and I think this is the first time in this game where they actually had him in, a 2nd and long, and we can see how Florida's going to respond on offense right here.
Now they're going to hand it off to the Bullet, who's just going to go ahead and I was going to say go ahead and get our first down, but 3rd down in inches, they give him 9.9.
Yeah, and just as I say there, they just kind of run somewhat of a delayed type handoff, and seas just parted for him and just ran right up the middle.
3rd down and inches. Is Bolesky not out there? Okay, no, there he is. The camera was zoomed in so much I couldn't see the split backs in the backfield. 2 backs now. 3rd down and inches. And they pitched this one out to Bolesky. Yeah, easy first down. That's why I was surprised when I didn't see him out there at first on the zoomed in angle. It's like, really? You're not going to hand it off on 3rd and inches? He's averaging 5 a carry.
Yeah, maybe he got tired, but he's like, no, it was too big of a game. I think I run out there just as Mike Daggs thought I wasn't.
That's it.
He snuck right in. I think he may have teleported.
He may have. Back to it. 5-yard gain on that one. 2nd down now for the Storm. Bolesky, 9 carries already and 80 yards and a touchdown, Gerald. Meanwhile, Ron Cochran has thrown a single pass.
1 for 13, and Doyle got a 1 rush for no gain. So it's been the Beletsky show early on.
Alamo City versus Charlie Beletsky. Beletsky hitting the backfield, breaks 2 tackles, breaks 3, and finally brought down, but not before another Florida first down.
Oh, man, he had Stephen Fellows had a chance at him in the backfield to bring him down for a loss, but he shed that one, and then, a couple of the other defenders come over and try to bring him down as well, but Beletsky kind of fought through all of them, kind of, taking you back to his MVP days of rushing the ball not too many seasons ago.
And the name that plagues you the most, Gerald, Rain Rie with the tackle.
Throw.
You can't rename him. His name is Rie. Oh, look at that pass over the middle. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. Ron Haynes with the first down.
And you can see how much the run game, whenever they're on it with the run game like they are, and they come out and they throw a pass, and there's such separation from the receivers, the tight end, from the defender right there. Look at, he's got about 4 yards on J Mart right there.
Oh, yeah.
He just got a lot of separation. It's just easy pitch and catch for Ron Cochran to Ron Haynes, a Ron to Ron connection.
That's it. He caught J Martin napping there, I think. Spun him right out of his shoes. I formation now on first down from the Alamo City 25. Beletsky met at the line, but still able to gain 5 as he's just bulldozing his way through defenders. He's got speed and power. Hey, there's Rie.
He's got the long hair.
He sure does.
Last time I seen him, I didn't think he had the long hair.
Well, hair grows on most of us.
That's low, man. That's not cool.
Sorry, man.
No, you're not.
Not really, no. I thought it was hilarious. Offset eye now on second down. Beletsky hit behind the line to gain and brought down before he can reach the first down marker. Third down and 1. Rob Foraker with the tackle.
Yeah, you got to give Ron Hoff with the assist right there to be able to slow him down and let Foraker come in there and kind of bring him to the ground.
Only 4 down linemen, 4 on the line, I should say, on a 3rd and 1. Beletsky. Oh, bottled up in the backfield, but still gets the first.
Yeah, and look, and that's what Florida kind of has done on the season, right? So they'll kind of overload you on one side to kind of get your defense leaning that way, and Florida would just run it to the weak side right there. So, and it's worked to success, right? You look like, they kind of hit in the backfield, but Beletsky with the power in his legs is able to push forward for an extra yard or 2 to get the first down.
1 quarter down, 3 to go here from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Storm out in front over Alamo City, 7-0. SFL semifinals tonight. I'm Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith. Got Luke Schreiner, Zach Halldorf with us on stats. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios on the production. Great pair of games tonight to decide who goes to the season 21 SFL championship game. Beletsky with a gain of 3 there.
Yeah, Beletsky with his 14th touch on the game right here compared to Ron Cochran only throwing 2 passes so far. You got to think of, what kind of juices Beletsky drinking?
Corn juice, if you ask Zach Halldorf. Stephen Bush with the catch there, setting up a first down and goal. His 3rd pass of the night complete, 3 for 3. Gerald, in the first quarter combined, we saw 4 passes. That's it. In a whole quarter of football. 4 passes.
That's
anyone that says it's a passing league nowadays, not watching this game.
It ain't this league, that's for sure. Or at least this game.
First down and goal from the 1 yard line. And now Ron throws, pumps, and sacked. Brought down by Stephen Fellows, the second. Second down and goal.
Fellows with a 6th sack of this season right here, coming in right there. And what that was really, really good coverage right there on the back end by the DBs and gave the defenders just enough time to get to Ron Cochran. They didn't back him up too far. Maybe about a half a yard.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. You're like, oh, yeah, we got the sack, but we only had a half-yard loss.
Second down and goal. Cochran pitches this one out to Bolesky. Met before the end zone, but too bad. He gets across the goal line. Touchdown, Storm.
Yeah, and he kind of made it look too easy right there. Just kind of pitched it out to him. The only guy that really had a shot was a corner on the end, and J.W. Doyle was able to put a hat on him and just allowed, it wasn't J.W. Doyle, it was one of their offensive linemen and Greg McDonaldson pulling and making that block.
Do you see how low the blimp is? It's like literally below the roof level.
Was that a Dag Strongworks blimp?
It was not. No. It's
They don't-
standard issue SFL blimp.
Yeah, they don't have certified pilots. Look at it.
Need to get a little bit more altitude on that blimp.
Had to take a look out the window here and see it. It's almost looked like it's in the stadium.
Yeah.
Where
Pretty sure he's supposed to be higher than that. Anywho, 14-zip, Florida out in front. If you're liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's nobody else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Minor League kicks off this Friday, and we'll have several weeks of minor league action, even though the regular season's wrapping up. Off season about to begin. And re-signings will happen, free agency, people making some moves around the league, joining new teams, and then the draft. A lot of things coming up this off season.
lots of good stuff too. We get to see all these new interesting brands from the minor leagues too, and all these new talented players coming in there and to get to show their worth. And hopefully, in about a month or so, their play will be rewarded with getting drafted.
That's it. Alamo City, they've got to respond. Down 2 scores here early in the second quarter. And that looked like a broken play, but somehow Brad Jones came away with that football. It looked like there was a chance that Alex Dominguez might intercept the handoff.
But and you're gonna watch right here in the replay, and they would sit there circling right there how it was kind of just wilding out. He just blew through, but I guess they just said, hey, if he's gonna over pursue it, let's let him over pursue it, take himself out of the play, and it actually worked.
Not by much. That looked like it was about to fail miserably, but a gain's 9. So you can't argue with success. It worked. So Jones takes the handoff again and able to surge forward. Gets himself a first down.
I think that's quite possibly the only second or third first down that Alamo City has gotten on the game. I mean, because they've had a couple of possessions, but they just have not done much with it. Oh, Brad Jones.
Brad Jones spins, breaks tackles, gets across midfield, finally brought down by Evan Carroll. But a big gain by Brad Jones. And, that's their third first down of the ball game, Gerald. They really have not had a ton of success as of yet, as it shows on the scoreboard. But runs like that will certainly help.
Oh, yeah, Brad Jones kind of getting right there, and he had a really, really good block, and the offensive lineman pulled and kind of sealed that edge. That way he was able to get to the second level before he was even touched.
This time, Njuzzi with the carry. He'll gain 3. Charles Michael actually on that Brad Jones carry, pulling guard, helped set that block up. Got Jones the yards he needed. 7 minutes to go here in the first half.
They're on this side. They're now in Florida territory the first time. I don't think they can, they got to come away with points on this drive, I believe.
Well, Jones is going to try to do it. Able to gain 6 on that one. 3rd down and 1. And this has been the battle of the running backs. Still a combined 5 total passes from these 2 quarterbacks. Ace Fennick with only 2. He's completed one of them to Yale, Montana. It was quite the impressive throw and catch, too, throwing off his back foot while he's falling backwards across his body. Can they get the first? No, stuffed. Not only do they not get the first, it's a 1-yard tackle for a loss. Leon Thunderman bringing Jones down, and they're going to punt this one away.
Yeah, and again right here, right, one of those, tough linebackers that Florida has employed this season, crowd clogging up any potential running lane for Brad Jones, and now it's forced Alamo City to punt for the third straight time.
Ball's going to drop down at about the 3-yard line and be caught perfectly in the air. Chukin Jr., who says he can't catch, gets that one caught at about the 3. We'll see where they spot it officially.
That's a 3.5-yard line, but still, this is about as good right here, where Alamo City can actually, kind of just play right here, because they're going to give it to Beletsky right here. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right here on the weak side, but still, they're going to run it. I'd be stuffing the box full of people right now.
That's what I'm saying, and they only have 7 in the box right now, only 4 on the line. This is going to Beletsky. He's got 6.8 per carry. There it is. Beletsky sidesteps the defender and gains 8. Just like that. Backed up into the shadow of their own end zone, and now they've got some breathing room.
Yeah, and Bogey Barr was he caught air right there. He was the perfect guy to slow him down and maybe to, hit him at all. But he just didn't. Here we are. Here with Bullet Beletsky, right? Just over 100 yards, 6.8 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns on the game already.
2nd down and 2. Beletsky gets the 1st down and more. Forker hops on his back, goes for a little ride. 1st down, Storm.
Yeah, I got to give credit to the offensive line. I mean, those are the guys that have just got a hat on a hat right there. And when you got your fullback and Doyle running through, looking for somebody near the 3rd level to hit, that's not a good recipe for success from a defensive perspective, right? Once you get, the fullback is running clean through and getting to the 3rd level and finally putting a hat on a guy, it's just, by that time you got 6-8 yards been gained.
Oh, no. Wow, Beletsky. If he had stopped showing off there spinning, he probably could have kept on going, Gerald. I don't know what that was.
He's like, hey, they called the storm. I'm going to give you a little bit of a twirl with a cyclone or a hurricane.
Right here. Whoop. Brought down. I know what he was trying to do there, but
I don't know what he was trying to do. He just spun. He had 2 guys around him. I know he was trying to fool both of them and hitting each other, I guess, maybe.
Spinning both out of their shoes. I'm not sure. 3 receiver set now for the Storm. Wide receivers of the Florida Storm, the loneliest group of individuals on the planet. Stephen Bush with a couple of catches. But Art Vandelay, E.J. Minson, Caleb Giffus all with no targets. Verdon Zarkov with no target. Meanwhile, 19 carries, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Hey, he's putting in work. He's got 58 of those after the first hit.
Cochran to throw. This time going back to Ron Haynes, crossing midfield and stepping out of bounds at the Alamo City 45-yard line.
And I do believe it was the same play right there that they hit Ron Haynes on a larger gain earlier. Ron Haynes going right across there and actually playing, had man with Jay Mart right there, and it seems like maybe that Jay Mart just can't keep up with Ron Haynes. Or, they're doing so good in the run game. Jay Mart's got his hands full as well with trying to watch for Beletsky.
I think he's probably watching for play action and, expecting the handoff. Makes it a little bit more difficult to keep up in coverage, especially with somebody like Ron Haynes, definitely one of the more talented tight ends in the league.
We need to get a tally on it. See how many runs take place in between the passes. Do a little bit of math.
You got paper and a pen.
Let's do that.
Charlie Beletsky breaks 2 tackles, 3 tackles. Can't break the 4th. Finally brought down by Ron Hoff. Another Florida 1st down on a drive that started at their own 3-yard line.
And it's like his 21st carry right there, and it doesn't seem like he's slowing down. And this is mid-second quarter, and you got 21 carries on it. At this rate, another quarter and a half, you have 41, or 42 rather. So, if that's what's going to work for him, I guess in a way I don't blame Florida for just kind of giving him the rock. If he's keep breaking tackles and doing all this stuff right here, why not?
Ron Cochran hands it off to the man of the hour. No gain on the play. second down. Cochran 4 of 4 for 71 yards passing. Leading receiver so far for the Storm, for either squad, quite frankly, Ron Haynes with 2 catches for 47 yards. Gerald, a lot of championship caliber talent on the field and in the front offices of these two squads. We were talking about it pregame. 9 combined championship appearances by these franchises. On Alamo City's, side, one was as a franchise in Dallas, another one in Seattle, and then one is the Lone Star Glory. So looking to get into the championship for the 4th time as a franchise, first under the Alamo City brand.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys who went to the championship, about 3 or 4 seasons ago is actually the same staff that took them to that area. So,
wow. Finally a break for the Alamo City defense as Bogey Barr gets into the backfield and sacks Ron Cochran.
Yeah, he just comes right on there, and they kind of threw a blitz at him right there. He just comes right along the edge, and they finally put a lot of men on line on box. It was just too many people for them to cover. To be able to block right there, and just ran around J.W. Door. I can't even say that sometimes.
No, he has so many.
He threw a
different
no-hitter
letters.
and allowed his quarterback to get sacked.
2 minutes here in the first half. Watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. The semifinals, Gerald. This is it. Win and you're in the big show. Lose and you can watch the big show from home like the rest of us.
Yeah, we get a little bit lonely just watching.
Field goal is on its way. Hook shot down the middle. It's good. 3-score ball game as Ethan Sneed boots that one through.
And the way that the cameraman kind of was shaking the camera around, I lost track of the ball. I thought it was going to go wide, but he kind of, veered off to the right and he kind of straightened out toward the end, kind of make it
17-0. Florida out in front of the visiting Alamo City Artillery. Alamo City returning this one. Yayo Montana brings it up to the 28-yard line. So Gerald, Florida gets the ball to start the second half. Alamo City desperately needs to get some points on the board. They can't afford, especially with almost 2 minutes left. There's a chance Florida could get this ball back and put even more points on the board before the half, and then get the ball back after the half and just put this one on ice at the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah, because one thing that Florida is showing you it's not going to do is turn the ball over, right? They just haven't even shown that already. And then they've actually been playing good defense, especially in the run game, which is what Alamo City seems like they're trying to do, is still keep the game in a slower type pace with the run game, when they may need to start playing somewhat of a little bit of a up-tempo type of game and actually start throwing the ball down the field. But I don't know if they're in panic mode just yet. Alamo City is one of the more methodical type teams out there.
Fennec to throw. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. That one was intended for Ziggy Roenick. His first target of the ball game. Pass is incomplete. 3rd down and 9. And Gerald, what do you think they do here?
I think they're going to throw. I'd come out in 5 wide receivers and get as many bodies out there as we can. I mean, they got 5 contracted wide receivers. So I think,
now's the time. Bring them out, right?
Right. I wouldn't have the running back out there right now. I'd have all 5 wideouts right there and try to spread the defense thin.
Great coverage by the Storm on that last one, covering Roenick. And they're going to do play action. Fennec has all day deep down the right sideline, and that one is caught for the first down. Yayo Montana, his 2nd catch of the ball game. That one good for a first down, and they're going to let the clock continue to tick.
Yeah, Yayo coming up with a big catch, and credit to the offensive line right there, and even Brad Jones coming up and kind of double teaming the offensive lineman to keep from getting in there. And now here for the 2nd time, they are in Florida territory, and they got time. I mean, they don't need to use any timeouts or anything like that. They have time, but they're just going to have to keep moving the ball.
Fennec throws again, a wide open Roenick. Tackled down at the 28-yard line, and Alamo City will burn their first timeout of the evening, now down in some scoring range. So I think they too realized that they desperately needed to get some points on the board, and they're making some big plays to make it happen on this drive.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to do it. How they're going to have to do it is how they're almost forced to do it on this drive right here, through the air.
3 receiver set. On first down from the 27. Fennick throws, tipped, and incomplete. Just trying to get that one to Garrison Blue, big boy Blue, wearing yellow.
It's like a navy blue they got. Look at them socks. Navy blue socks.
Oh, yeah.
With a little bit of the yellow. Some may call it gold. The V on their shoulders are in blue.
That's true. Fennick to throw. Goes over the middle, and that one's incomplete, but a flag on the play. I think he might have gotten there a little bit early.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of a bang-bang play type deal there.
And, yep, pass interference. I think that call could have gone either way. It looks like we might get another look at it here. Yeah, he's pushing him.
Yeah.
Pushed him early. I mean,
well, I think he kind of impeded his route right there. And that's why they caught Tobin right there, kind of impeding his route and everything else like that. But either way it goes, it actually benefits Alamo City, because here they are, without even using a timeout, they would get some yards without even have to even call a timeout. They still have 2 left in their pocket.
First down and 10 from the 16. Fennick rolls to the right, looks, throws to the right.
Pass.
Complete to Montana. First down and goal. Timeout called. 44 seconds left.
Yeah, I like the way they kind of rolled out right there and actually sent Montana on somewhat of like a corner route there. And where Ace Fennick threw it was only where Yayo Montana could pull it down. It was away from the defender. If Montana was going to catch it, if he wasn't going to catch it, nobody else would have. So very, very good play design right there.
4 yards away from the goal line. 44 seconds to go. Fennick, pressure on its way. Throws, end zone, incomplete. What are you looking for? A PI there?
No, I'm actually pointing at the top. I think Ace Fennick, I think the pressure got to him because he had an open teammate on the right side of the end zone right there, and he just couldn't look over there. I believe it was Garrison Blue sitting over there looking for the ball, and he threw it right over the middle with a little bit more traffic, but credit to Florida for applying the pressure there.
2 receivers up top, second and goal, 41 seconds. Fennick rolls right. Throws over the middle, into the end zone, touchdown. Garrison Blue with the catch, and Alamo City's on the board.
Yeah, and just when you thought that they, may have been straight, they rolled out. Everybody thought they was going to go to one of the wide receivers on that corner end zone. But here comes old Garrison Blue just dragging right across the front of his face and throws it to him, and they're able to pick up the touchdown to close it down to a 2-score lead. 9
plays, 62 yards, a minute and 15 is all it took him to get down the field. He went for 4 of 7 on the passing plays, 61 yards through the air into the end zone for the touchdown, nearly missing the extra point. Official drive summary, 8 plays, 73 yards, minute 20.
They got me all jittery in the booth, man. I see all these plays, and I'm pointing, and probably Mike's thinking I'm having some sort of a seizure over here.
Yeah, in my peripheral, I thought you were checking out on us all. But
or you may have thought I was trying to punch you in the face because I'm kind of...
I felt threatened, actually.
I'm getting so animated in the booth.
It's an exciting game. It's the semifinals. If you weren't excited, I'd have to wonder what was going on. So Florida still with a chance to respond. All 3 timeouts, 36 seconds, and Charlie Beletsky on the field. So about 150 yards on over 20 carries for Beletsky so far. 2 touchdowns. Long on the day's 31 yards. 1 handoff could get him across midfield. Beletsky takes a handoff. Well defended by the artillery. A gain of only 4, and Florida content to let the clock tick. Ahead 10 points, they get the ball after the half.
Yeah, and if Alamo City is to do anything, they're able to kind of go look back at some of the film on what Florida has done, because there's a few
that pitch was almost picked off, but Beletsky breaks away with it. crosses midfield, one man to beat, spins, and finally brought
There's a
down.
timeout coming.
5 seconds to go. They're going to go into the no huddle. Do they not know they have timeouts? There we go. They called one. 3 seconds to go, and they called a timeout. That was a wild series. I thought I didn't catch who that was. The artillery.
Mickey McGuire. It's almost like he was waiting for it. He lined up right on the line, and he ran right in there.
Oh, he almost had it. Oh, just saw it on a replay.
If it wasn't for Joseph Wade kind of getting in Mickey McGuire's way, we might have been talking about a 3-point game.
So 3 seconds to go in the half. And oddly, they'll hand it off to Bileski. They call, wow, that was a fast timeout. The refs gave him a little break.
I don't know if there was a fast timeout or if that was some sort of a clock had started late, because I don't know any NFL play that takes 2 seconds to run, or any SFL play either for that matter take 2 seconds to run.
Any football play. I don't know.
Yeah, they must have started about 2 seconds late.
Still not coming out in the Hail Mary. It's surprising, but Cochran with 1 second to go pitches it up top to Bileski. Bileski breaks a couple tackles.
Wow.
Oh, one man to beat, spins.
Whoa!
He's still going. 10, 5, all the way down.
Oh, they got him.
Tackled at the goal
Are you
line. He
kidding me?
doesn't score. Oh,
What a way
man.
to stop him from getting in. He looked like he was all but getting in.
Oh, a touchdown-saving tackle is made at the goal line. I thought he was in for sure, Gerald, but just short.
Watch it, the convoy of artillery players come in right here and just grab him, and J. Mart says, no, I'm going to ride your back till your knees give out.
Wow.
And you stop at the 1 yard line. Wow.
That's how you know that this game is for a spot in the final dance, when you see that sort of commitment by the defense to prevent Charlie Bileski from getting that third touchdown of the first half. Wow, what a wild way to end the first half. Florida 17, Alamo City 7. 2-score game so far, almost a 3-score game. Florida will get the ball to start their second half. Gerald, your thoughts on the first half so far?
Well, it's been the Bullet Bileski show. I mean, look, and Ron Cochran, all he has to do is just snap and just hand it off to his guy and let him do his thing. But, and we're going to look back at that play if Alamo City comes back to pull this game out and say that play right there could have very well be, depending on the outcome, a game-saving, a game-winning tackle right there. Because had he got in there, this would be a 3-score game going into half, 24-7. But now it's only a 10-point lead for Florida.
So Florida comes out on that last drive, 30-something seconds to go. Do they pass it at all to try to get down the field in big chunks? No, they hand it off to Bileski 4 times in a row. A gain of 4, a gain of 35, a gain of 5, and another gain of 35. If he'd gained 36, we're talking 24-7. But instead, 17-7. Ball's kneeled in the end zone for the touchback. I'm Mike Dykes. He's Gerald Smith. Luke Schreiner, Zach Haldorf. Tracking stats for us this evening. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios. Ron Cochran, his stat line pretty paltry in the first half. 4 of 4, 71 yards.
That's why he's got such a good passer rating right here.
Well, a nice halftime adjustment made by Foraker there is for the first time, I think, ever in this game. Bileski tackled for a gain of 1.
Did you see Greg Soto? He's just toned it down.
Yeah, I noticed. It's not even noteworthy, Gerald. He just, where'd he get that shirt?
I don't know. I'm disappointed. It had to be laundry day.
It must be laundry day.
It's laundry day. We still love you, Greg. We understand you got to do laundry.
Love you, but disappointed.
Just a little bit.
Cochran to throw. Oh, wide open down the middle of the field. Getting it out to Stephen Bush. So stays perfect on the day with his 5th reception. 5th pass completion, I should say. Stephen Bush with his 3rd catch on the ball game.
Who would have thought Florida would have come out with a run and then a pass right afterwards? That has not been the status quo. They've been probably somewhere between, I guess we can do some math, but it's somewhere between 6 to 7 plays per pass. 6 to 7 run plays for every 1 pass.
Yep. Ron Haynes, 2 catches, 47 yards in the first half. He goes in motion down to the bottom. Cochran to throw on back-to-back plays. That's bizarre. Gets this one out to Zarkov. Crosses midfield and gets a nice gain. Nice job by the number 2 tight end here on the Florida Storm. Another first down.
That Florida Storm member, the fan there, happy rocking that would look like a Cowboys hat right there with the how y'all call that, a sombrero down in Mexico City? But
absolutely,
Zarkov getting it as Ron Cochran's getting rolled. He rolled out, and like you said, it was kind of a little bit of a thing. Here we are, just back-to-back pass plays, and getting Alamo City thinking one way because your running back had well over 200 yards in the first half. You think you go keep feeding them? Nope. Florida comes out and kind of seems like they're starting to flip it a little bit.
Sombrero fan wearing an Alessandro Tomaello jersey. Big fan of the defensive end. It's had a quiet night so far, but mainly because the Florida Storm offense is just sitting on field all night. Wow, Mickey McGuire had a chance to bring that one to the house. Slipped out of his hands, second down.
Yeah, he saw no big offensive lineman in the side right there, and he just attacked that ball on that one. And might we say that was a third straight pass?
Halftime adjustments on both sides of the ball. Maybe Beletsky told him, like, listen, guys, I'm a little tired. Maybe Ron can do something.
Unless something happened to him on that first run, he's not feeling 100%.
Short drop by Cochran, and Cochran says, I can run too. Starts to slide, but before it gets too far in, Rain Rie says, I'm going to tackle him anyway. 3rd down and 4 after a pickup of 6.
Yeah, they're not going to watch you slide in this league. If you're not laying down, they'll lay one on you.
If you're not dead, we'll make you dead. 3rd and 4 from the 35-yard line. Just on the edge of Ethan Sneed range if they don't gain anything more. And they sent a blitz, tried to get it out to Ron Haynes, but he had to throw the ball a little too quick.
I think this is going to force a punt, maybe.
We'll see who they trot out there. Is it going to be Sneed or Agrippa?
I think I see that number 2 there.
Yeah, Marcus Agrippa making an appearance to the ball game. Welcome to the semifinals, Marcus. Ron Haynes ran the ball. Gerald, that was only the 4th time this season that he's taken off with it on his own. Marcus Agrippa kicks this one all the way up to the blimp. And taking a page out of Alamo City's playbook, they send Adam Jones back there to catch the punt. Downed it at about the 2.
Well, let's see how it's at the 3. I don't know what they were watching, but it looked like it was a lot closer to the end zone than that.
I thought so, but what do I know?
I don't know anything either.
All I know is that this blimp needs to gain some altitude. It should not be below the roof. They're going to hit it?
Well, they're in the stadium because they didn't give FAA approval.
It's going to be
a
fine.
Trying to hide.
They're going to get a fine. Oh, Brad Jones, get out of your own end zone, Brad. Gets back to the line. Nope. Gets back to where I thought the line of scrimmage was going to be. Oh, it's 2nd down and 11 now after a loss of 1. Francis with the tackle.
And it's amazing how these defensive backs for Florida recognize the run and pursue it as they do. Not many safeties will come up and actually get you a tackle for loss. Usually it's your linebackers or your defensive linemen.
Jones trying to get something going, but wrapped up. You mentioned this linebacking core earlier on. Gerald, Leon Thunderman, Jesus Smith combined for the tackle.
Yeah, and they're just stuffing it up, man, in there. So, and I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, are they gonna run here and just kind of get what you get, just to give your guy a thing to punt, or are you just gonna chuck it downfield? Throw it to Yayo Montana. He's been your go-to guy so far.
8 defensive backs. For this one, and Brad Jones breaks 2 tackles and gets the first down. Alamo City keeps the drive alive.
What do I know? Just pitch it to Brad Jones, spread out the defense thin, and just let him do his thing. This is probably this is the best run for Alamo City on the game, considering where they were located, down the distance, to be able to pick it up and actually get near the they're only at like the 15-yard line. It seems like they should be further down with everything that went on.
Adam Jones and Andrew Francis tried to bring him down, couldn't do it. Took a pair of Storm defenders to tackle Jones. He's right back out there. Runs into the waiting arms of Smith. Gains 4, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and I don't and I just don't know what more Alamo City could do here, because they run off the edge. The Florida safeties are in your face. You run up the middle, you got 3 studly linebackers in your face. You know, and that's why I'm saying, hey, look, I really do think that's something they got to do is kind of get the passing game going.
Jones absolutely stuffed that time by Francis. We'll give him a first down, though. After that 2nd and 6, Jones now with 69 yards on 17 carries. Fresh set of downs at their own 25. Pitch out this time to Njuzi. He'll gain only a single yard. For all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. You can see into the future on our website, Gerald.
Can we?
I don't think so. Jones, I see some big yards in his future. He gains about 11 on that play. I'll leave it up to our statisticians to decide if I was correct there or not. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, but another first down for Alamo City. They're doing good. You remember Florida was backed up to their own 3-yard line and had an impressive drive. Now Alamo City starting from their own 3. Luke Schreiner confirming I was correct with 11 yards.
I was going to say 12. He just likes you more.
How could you not?
True. You have hair. It's the thing.
Under pressure,
Whoa!
Fennick gets it out to Montana. He was doing a little shuffle in the backfield. Not a Lakeman shuffle, but a shuffle nonetheless.
Yeah, it's like he almost shuffled into a sack and he realized, oh, crap, I might want to get it out. I see my boy Yayo right there open. Let me throw it. But it's good. It gets them just across midfield into Florida territory, right? So they're making some headway. Not, quite chunk yardage or whatever else, but they're just doing.
No, they're getting it done.
Yeah, it's only 2 scores.
They gained 48 on the drive so far. Continuing to go. Oh, gets it back out to Montana.
Yeah, yo.
Gains another 8. 2nd down and 2. 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, so look, and that's what they're doing. Go right back to Yayo, Montana. Now you're at 2nd and 2. It's really, really manageable now for them, right? And now the way Brad Jones has been running so far, at least on this drive.
Offset eye. Pitch out to Jones. Hit in the backfield. Breaks the tackle. Breaks another. Gets the first down. Crossing the 30.
Oh.
Spins. Oh, they say he stepped out of bounds. He should be heading to the end zone right now, Gerald.
Yeah, he kind of is going to hit that spin move and turn back in and hopefully get the yards he needed to score. But what a good run right there by Brad Jones. He's just under the century mark with that run. And he just outran that guy right there and he hit that spin move. Oh, I don't know. They called him out a little prematurely. It was close.
Little hometown refereeing.
They should have let it go there.
John Lakeman making an appearance in the chat. Complimenting Fennick on the nice shuffle.
Yep, nobody does it like the Lake Man.
No, nobody shuffles like the Lake Man, but hey, it kept the drive alive. Fennick with the move. And Juicy gets the pitch.
Oh,
lays a defender on his back. J.J. Bailey taking the cold shoulder from Njuzi. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and Juicy's like, I got body bags in my back pocket. And just hit him and toss it right on top of him.
Two receiver set on 2nd down. Blue in motion up to the top. Fennick hands it off to Jones. That one was well defended. Who got back there? Was that Thunderman?
Yeah, that was Leon Thunderman right there. Just kind of, the way he just shot the gap. It's like he knew what was coming.
6 tackles on the day for Thunderman. Looked like that one was for a loss. They'll spot it right back at the line of scrimmage. Third down coming up. Fennick to throw. Can they keep this drive going? End zone incomplete.
Wow.
Double coverage was trying to get it to Kender Wells, and Wells can't bring that one in. Fourth down, and looks like Matt Fennick might be on for the field goal.
There was such good coverage there, and I don't blame Ace Fennick for taking a shot right there in the end zone, but just knocked away by the defenders. But here we are. Matt Fennick can actually close it down to one score if he boots this one in.
35-yard field goal try from the right hash. The kick is on its way. Hooks back to the left. And it's good. So what seemed like it might be a all-Florida game is now a one-score game. And Alamo City right back into it after quite a lengthy drive.
If Florida wants to take back control of the game, they're going to have to run the ball, because you have Alamo City, who is number 2 in takeaways in the league. They actually have intercepted the ball 21 times as a group this season. So, and it's led by J-Mart, believe it or not. So he's probably the best pass defending linebacker.
Look at this. Caleb Givens crossing the 40, crossing midfield on the return. One man to beat to the house. That's how Florida can get back into it. They ran the ball out of their end zone and all the way into the other. A 102-yard kick return for a touchdown by Caleb Givens.
Just when Alamo City has everything going in their favor, something they could not afford to do was kind of give up the big play, and they gave up the big play, not off of their defense, but in special teams right there. And just like that, Florida is right back comfortable with the 2-score lead.
2-score lead indeed. Now available free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com, search SFL, and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23. Retroid is the official console of the Simulation Football League. So, Gerald, after a 10-play, 80-yard drive that took over half a quarter to complete, Alamo City finally punching it into the end zone for a touchdown. Florida responds with a 102-yard kick return touchdown in about 10 seconds.
It's got to be demoralizing in a way for Alamo City, but they got to just keep it up and keep their head on straight and say, hey, we went down and scored on them once before. There's no reason why we can't do it again.
Do it again.
It's just that, man, it's how crazy is it? Like, you worked your butt off to get yourself in that situation to close a, 3-score gap down to 1.
Right. Now your
right
defense goes out on the field. Their defense is all ready to go, trying to get the ball back. Either a turnover. I mean, we've seen no turnovers in this game so far. If Alamo City's defense had got a turnover, maybe they get good starting field position. They can get the game tied up. But instead, now you're down 14 again. And right back where you started off, I should say, 2 drives ago now. Fennick throwing on first down, trying to get it to Ronick into coverage. Pass is incomplete. Second down.
Yeah, I do believe that was a good play on first down. He just couldn't pull it in. But they just got I don't know what they need to do to kind of score in a hurry. They're not in mode where they need to score in a hurry.
They do need to complete passes, though. Garrison Blue got his hands on that one, but dropped it. Third down and 10 coming up. Great coverage by Thunderman.
Yeah, and the guy they've kind of went to in these third and long type situation to help pick him up has been Yayo Montana. So I don't see why they wouldn't look for him first. Ace Fennick maybe look his way, and the next guy in line has been Ziggy Ronick as well. So, and here they are just putting Ronick in motion.
4-receiver set. Play action. Fennick, he's going to run with it. Crosses the 20, tries to break through the tackle. Can't get to the line to gain. Fourth down, and Danny Dimes going to have to come out and punt this one away.
Yeah, the only head was Adams Jones chasing him down. If Ace Fennick had a little bit more pep in his step, as we say, he might have been able to outrun him and get the extra 4 yards needed, but now it's going to be up to the Alamo City defense to get their offense the ball back.
Yep, they need to get a turnover or at minimum a stop, but Florida will have great starting field position, taking the ball at their own 39-yard line. Ron Cochran, 6 of 8, over 100 yards on the day. No touchdowns, but also no picks. 116.7 QBR. That's right up there near his QBR for the season average, which was best in the league. Charlie Beletsky, though, the man of the hour. 28 attempts, 234 yards, pair of touchdowns.
Yeah, and they need what Alamo City needs is a quick 3 and out.
Or 1 and out if they pick it off. Cochran throws up top behind the line of scrimmage, gets it to Beletsky. Another way, instead of just handing it to him, let's do a forward pass to you. Gains 3. And look at that plain shirt. Sad.
Yeah, and the hat's plain.
Come on, man.
It's so white. He must use that good bleach. He uses the name brand bleach.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that Clorox up in his washer.
Yeah, he doesn't have the great value brand.
No. Oh, pressure almost got there.
Oh, and he calls the incompletion.
Mickey McGuire, what a hit.
Wow. So that was all but complete, but Mickey comes in right at the end and was able to, looks like he put his helmet on the ball and was able to knock it out.
Third down and 7.
Well, we know this is a pass play. And this could be dangerous for Florida here, right? Seeing how they actually...
Ron might run for the 5th time this season. I was wrong. Throws it over the middle, gets this one complete. E.J. Minson getting in on the action. He gets the catch for the Florida first down.
And there's a Minson sighting for the first time today, at least a meaningful sighting anyway. Is able to pick up a 3rd and 7. And the way they rolled it out, and it seems like Florida's done this a few times, like during the season too. You know, just kind of watching their games and kind of film work before the game. You know, they kind of roll out and then they kind of throw back and hit it to that trailing guy on the other end. You know, it's kind of trailing behind all the other receivers, and they've been open most of the time.
First down and 10 from the Alamo City 43. Beletsky breaks through the first tackle, breaks through the second tackle, finally pushed out of bounds after an 8-yard gain. And now, see, Gerald, you had mentioned how Alamo City really wanted a quick 3 and out. Obviously, that didn't happen. So the next thing that they have to hope for here is preventing points. Already down 2 scores thanks to Caleb Giffis's kick return for a touchdown. If they allow any more points, that could make this one out of reach.
Yeah, and it kind of changed the dynamic of the game at that
sure
point
did,
too,
yeah.
right? It was like, hey, a 1-score game and everything was be tight and everything was kind of starting to get really, really, you know, tense, and then that happens and it changes it completely.
Beletsky takes another carry, adding on to his impressive day. Gains the first down, and that's how we will end the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. 10 minutes remains here in the semifinals, deciding which team will head to the championship game. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Luke Schreiner, Zach Haldorf, helping us out on stats. Cameron Irvine, our producer. First down and 10 from the 28. Beletsky just bulldozing forward, Gerald. He's just so difficult to stop. Another gain of 9.
Yeah, it seems like Florida's like, yeah, we'll give you the third quarter off because we want you to be nice and fresh for the fourth quarter to be able to hopefully close out the game. And it seems to be working for them, especially when you have a 2-score lead, right? You had a 2-score lead, and now it almost seems like, you know, where they're at now, they're in a position to kind of coast if they're able to kind of punch this in for a touchdown.
Only 20 yards of rushing for Florida in the third quarter. They've already got 9 here in the fourth quarter. Add on a few more there. First down and 10 for the Storm. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect track for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. 8 more for Beletsky.
Yeah, and he's just doing what he does and just being able to start, get back to controlling the game as his offensive line kind of controls the line of scrimmage and just is, I won't say inching, but getting closer and closer to scoring another touchdown and making this a 3-score lead.
Cochran changing the play at the line. And it's all on the line right now for Alamo City. Beletsky rolling forward for a first down. They need to figure out a way to get a turnover here and prevent Florida from getting any more points.
Yeah, and they're right here at the 4. I mean, they got 4 downs right here with 3 downs to hopefully force a field goal. I mean, or with any luck, just hope for a punch the ball out and get,
Beletsky reaching forward, but can't get across the goal line. Second down and goal. Can you even stop him? Second down and goal from about the 2. He's got 2 more shots at punching this one. 3 more shots, really, if they wanted to.
The odds
from
are
the 1.
Yeah, the odds are just not in the favor there when he's averaging 7.8 yards a carry. It's nearly 8 yards a carry, and he's got to go a yard.
Cochran to Beletsky. Beletsky to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. And that might just have punched their ticket to their 6th championship game.
Yeah, and Beletsky just kind of, he didn't have to do much. Just get close there, just kind of use the springs in his feet, or rockets, some people might say, just off his feet, just jump right up and falling over in the end zone.
He's like a kangaroo.
It's like something. Nearly 300 yards on the ground.
That's crazy. 3 touchdowns. Carrying, literally and figuratively, carrying his team to another championship game. Gerald, we've had the honor of calling a few games for both Florida and for Alamo City throughout this past season. We called the Week 1 game for Florida at the SFL convention, and I don't know if you can remember all those months ago now. During the intro, I mentioned how, Florida was a bit of a dynasty from seasons 10, 11, and 12, going to back-to-back-to-back championships, winning them all, and asked the question all the way back in Week 1, is this going to be a Florida team that rejuvenates their championship winning ways, or is this going to be the Florida team of late that finished 5-7 in season 20? And I think now here in the semifinals, we can formally answer that question.
Yeah, and I believe I said it after the game that they played. I do believe they played the defending champions in the Baltimore Vultures, and then I said it then. This looks like vintage Florida when they were considered the dynasty, winning 3 championships. So that's the way they looked to me then, and they still look that way now.
Yeah, and here we are, 11-2 on the season, and about to go 12-2 and advance to the championship. Still an opportunity for Alamo City to get back into this one, but down 21 points with 7.5 to go. It's a very tall task.
It sure is, and they won't do it running the ball like this, right? They're going to have to throw it in the air, and they're going to have to go tempo consistently, right? Right now, 3rd and 6, it's almost a guarantee that they're going to come out in the passing formation right here, and they're going to throw it, but they're going to have to continuously do it. And I wouldn't, if I were the coach on the sideline, say, hey, let's run tempo, let's just keep going. Down 3 scores, us taking our time is not doing us any favors.
Play action. Fennec going down to the bottom, trying to hit Montana, and can't get it done. 4th down and 6. This is the 13th meeting between these two franchises. Gerald, Florida has had Alamo City's number all the way through. This is the first time that Florida has taken on Alamo City under this brand, having previously played them as the Dallas Roughnecks, the Seattle Tyrants, Lone Star Glory, and now as the Alamo City Artillery. Florida with 8 wins to Alamo City's 4 wins. Home team usually getting the victory. The most recent time that these two franchises faced off was back in week 13 of season 19. It was the then Lone Star Glory here at the I in Fort Lauderdale. Florida took away that victory 37-24. They've met 3 times in the playoffs as well. This is their 4th playoff meeting. And Florida able to win only one of those playoff games previously. 2 of the 4 victories this franchise has had over Florida came in the playoffs. Looking to get their second playoff victory over this franchise.
Yeah, and here it is. We're just thinking, hey, it's going to be more the Bullet Beletsky show. And they come out and first down after the punt and just threw it on first down and pick up 9 yards.
Beletsky still running strong, adding on to his career day. First down and 10, 6 minutes to go. There's still more football tonight. Coming up next, the 4-time defending champion Baltimore Vultures will head to Fort Worth to take on the unbeaten Toros for the right to advance to the Season 21 SFL Championship game presented by Zollner. Don't go anywhere. All the semifinal action is right here on SFL YouTube. Kickoff will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, an hour and 15 minutes from now. Another carry by Beletsky, 2nd down and 8. Looking forward to the next game of the evening, Gerald. Rare sighting from what we've seen in recent seasons. Baltimore on the road in the playoffs.
I don't think it matters. I mean, if we're looking at history on it, I mean, does it matter where Baltimore goes and where they play? I mean, it doesn't. I mean, them winning a gazillion championships in the last, gazillion seasons. It's like, it doesn't matter what you do. It seems like Baltimore has had an answer for it. But if any team does have the answer for it, it is the undefeated Fort Worth Toros.
That's what I'm saying.
So
yeah.
Let's give credit where credit is due. They put out one of the look, and them being undefeated. I think they're also like one of these teams, right? I don't know if an undefeated team can be like the underdog, and I think it very well could be.
Game, set, match, touchdown, Beletsky. Florida piling on points at this point. I think we just hit the over. And Florida will absolutely be winning this game and heading to their 6th SFL championship game. Congratulations to the Florida Storm franchise. Max Paul, Mighty RX, and his crew.
And if you mean over 300 yards for Bullet Beletsky, yes, you are correct.
Well, I meant the over on Jack State is over under, but we're not quite there yet.
Same thing. So now that I guess we pretty much kind of just said, hey, with a 4-point lead, that Florida is going to be a shoo-in to get it in these last 4 minutes and 50 seconds to reach the championship. One thing Florida has not done as the Florida Storm. Can you name it?
The one thing that they have not done?
They have not done
as the Florida Storm
since they moved from Alaska.
Winning a championship.
That's it. So they've lost 2 consecutive ones. So is it something that they can do? We'll see. They'll either be facing the undefeated Fort Worth Toros, because they should be undefeated, obviously, if they win, or the gazillion defending champions in the Baltimore Vultures.
Last in the championship game in season 17. They went back-to-back seasons, like you mentioned, in season 16 and 17. Ironically, finished both of those seasons with a 10-2 record in the regular season. and then had 2 playoff wins to advance to the championship, and then lost both of them. So far the script is kind of following that. So, obviously they don't want to see that play out.
Maybe Mr. Max Paul can,
break the cycle.
No, he can ask for an emergency relocation back to Alaska.
AO Montana getting a catch there. Now they'll go into the hurry up. Fenix stats on the day, 8 completions for 120 yards.
Oh, that's a deuce fin exciting. Wow. That's his first target and catch today. Maybe that's what they needed more this game, more the ace to deuce connection. And, they didn't get it until the game it's practically over in the waning minutes of the game.
Four receivers and a tight end in the formation for Alamo City. Still going strong. Garrison Blue with the catch, getting into Florida territory. Trying to catch back up into this one.
Oh, look
Montana
at Yayo.
Gets the catch, breaks the tackle, crossing the 30, crossing the 20. Just a linebacker to beat and steps out of bounds. Ryan Tobin escorting him to the sideline.
Come on, Mr. Montana. What else you got to lose, right? I wanted to see you try and truck
him.
Truck Mr.
Take
Tobin
him down.
Right there. Show him who's boss.
Nope. Stepped out of bounds. Trying to conserve some clock, Gerald. That is the right call.
Yeah, I just want some hard-hitting action.
Fun fact, at this point, the Florida Storm have been the Florida Storm longer than they were the Alaska Storm. Another fun fact, if Matt Wilson were still around, he'd still be calling them the Alaska Storm.
That is true.
He couldn't shake it. He could never shake it. Fennec end zone touchdown, Alamo City.
There it is. Finally getting another one in the end zone with the secondary tight end and Hank Earl Troll with his first target and catch of the day. It can close the lead down to 3 scores. Now, if they get an onside kick and they score,
I'll eat some crow. I mean, I already declared Florida the victor with almost 5 minutes to go.
I mean, you can eat crow, but I'm going to just wait till Thanksgiving and eat the turkey. That's
probably, listen, you season a crow the right way. Just as Zach Haldorf, there's got to be crows all over that cornfield.
I'm telling
He's surrounded by corn, Jared.
I wonder if that's a thing. Like, when you're having, like, crow for whatever else, like crow for dinner. Hey, what we got? Hold on. What we eating for dinner? Wait a minute.
Call me a crow.
Go outside and just
onside kick.
Shoot him up.
Ball is bouncing around, and Florida does indeed recover the onside kick. They take over in Alamo City territory.
Yeah, and they're all gonna. It's gonna be more the Buddha Boletsky show. But yes, Mr. Zach Hordorf in the stats truck said there are tons of crows, as we would call that down in Louisiana. That's a buku
of crows.
Buku of crows hanging around the cornfields.
I wonder if he's eaten one.
Got to.
Probably, right?
Gotta have tried it.
Yeah, it's just a curiosity thing at that point. It's like, it's just walking into his house, there's a crow laying in the front yard, and he's like, I'm going to taste it.
Why not? Hey, look, put it on a pit. Like, you just feather it and put it on a fire, like on a fall day.
A little salt and pepper.
Yeah, why not? What was it? Look, he's got it either way, right? Mr. Holdorf says, it's either crow or corn. I think he says he's going to stick with the corn.
Sticking with corn.
You can get fresh corn. You just walk out in his yard and grab it.
Right in the front yard. It's ridiculous.
Ain't even got nobody to do it. Just chop it off yourself.
Charlie Boletsky.
Imagine
4 touchdowns today.
Imagine the walks to the mailbox in Zach Holdorf's house.
Yeah,
you know how much
driveway's
corn?
like a mile long.
Yeah,
and surrounded by corn.
You know how much corn he can bag?
Probably stealing. Boletsky. He's not done yet. Wants to pad those stats. 3rd down and 5. Tackled back at the line. Rain Rie. Have you ever asked Rain Rie why it's Rie? Do you think that somewhere down the way, like...
I've seen him.
Well, yeah.
And I've said, it's Roe. And he just looked at me. He didn't say I was wrong. He didn't say I was right.
Just smiled
He just
at you?
looked at me, yes. Yeah. So, yep, with a name like that.
I mean, it's spelled Rowe. Well,
it depends on what
well, yeah. If you go with your weird Southern X's sound like O's. Oh, no, it's strange. It's very weird.
No, it's not weird.
Yeah.
You're weird for not realizing that that's normal.
It's not how we say it up here in Rochester.
Rochester. I can't even replicate that accent.
Good times. First down for Florida as they continue to bleed the clock away. Gearing up for the championship, and look there at the sideline for Alamo City. A very great season for them, going 10-2. They won their first 7 games before losing to the Portland Fleet, and that one was only a 1-point ball game, Gerald. And then they would win 3 more before taking on the Fort Worth Toros in Week 14 in a game that they only lost by 2. And, of course, that's the undefeated Fort Worth Toros. So all season long, they've only lost 2 games, and by a combined 3 points after going into this game and kind of getting run all over, pun intended, by Charlie Bolesky. 2 minutes to go here from the I in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, and kind of having a season that they did, right, because they felt like, hey, look, they won all of those games, only lost 2 by a very, very small amount. I felt that they were one of the favorites, right, coming in this game because they have been consistent all season, and nor did they get blown out, nor did they, lose by, what I would call a full 1 score, which would be 8 points, 8 points, right? So they were within striking distance in every single game, and, their 2 losses by a combined 3 points, like you said. So, and a 2-point loss to the undefeated Fort Worth Toros, who look unstoppable all season.
Bolesky now with 45 carries on the day. This was officially his 44th carry. Sets him up with a first down and goal. Alamo City calling their second timeout of the second half. Could Bolesky get his 5th touchdown of the ball game?
I think it's a foregone conclusion. I think it's going to go without saying he's going to get this touchdown here, just because it's just how it's been going, the way the offensive line's been blocking.
His 45th carry gets stopped at the goal line.
His feet got in.
Well, they don't judge touchdowns by footsies, Gerald. Oh. It's where the ball goes.
Yeah, but watch where this ball is going to be spotted.
It's going to make you mad, isn't it? Is it going to be on? No, it's just shy of the paint. See, it's not across the line.
Yeah, not yet. It's so close, though.
Charlie Bolesky, 45 carries, about 350 yards, 4 touchdowns. Make that 46 carries.
Oh, look at J-Mart.
And a small tackle for a loss there.
You can tell that there's no quitting that guy there, right? Right, one of the leaders of this defense.
Still smiling.
Right, smiling, happy, trying to keep this guy out of the end zone.
5 seasons with Alamo City, his 6th in the league, one-time All-Star player back in season 16. And with the season he's had this season, Gerald, I would not be at all surprised to see him back in the All-Star game this offseason.
He's actually had an All-Star caliber campaign this season.
Yeah, for sure. 1 minute to go here in this one. Bolesky back in the end zone again. 46, 47, I lost count. Not sure. Lots of carries, lots of touchdowns. 47 carries, over 350 yards, 5 touchdowns. It's been Alamo City versus Charlie Bolesky.
Yeah, and as I seen, I guess, some guys posting in the chat earlier, right? But it ain't broke, don't fix it, and
it ain't broke.
Nope, and they're gonna, they're gonna ride it hard and put them away wet.
What on earth did you just say?
Yeah, that's got to be one of these Southern terms, right? You're gonna ride it off.
Ride it hard and put it away wet. Gerald, this is family programming. I'm not sure what you just said, but I don't know what just happened.
You know,
I don't like it though. Let's go back to talking about corn and crows and stuff.
No, man, it's just one of them sayings, dude. I guess when you just grow up hearing the saying, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know, you never really thought about it.
Right.
Now when you say it with your Rochesterian accent, I'm like,
well, now it sounds dirty. Rochesterian accent, huh?
Yeah. Western New York accent. Is that a little bit better?
It's definitely a Rochester thing. You get that
Yeah.
Rochester, Rottenchester. Anyhow, Alamo City back on offense one last time. Ace Fennick a clean game. 12 of 21, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brad Jones, he hit the triple-digit mark in yardage, Gerald, passing the 100-yard mark before having to basically resort to the Ace Fennick passing game. Deuce Fennick getting that catch.
Yeah, and it's not like Alamo City's done anything wrong. Florida just has done everything right. Right, so I don't want to say that, hey, Alamo City came in with a bad game plan or nothing like that. It's just that, you know, everything was going in their favor after they made that stop from Beletsky scoring that touchdown before half, and then their defense came out on fire and forced a punt. And then their offense got down and closed it down to a one-score lead, and then that ensuing kickoff got returned is when the wheels fell off for Alamo City, and it just took the air out.
I was going to say deflating. It almost felt deflating for Alamo City, you know, because so much momentum finally seemed like it was on their side. And then Caleb Giffis just takes the ball all the way to the house, and all the air just let right out. And it hasn't been the same for them since. I mean, it's back in it, and then poof.
And them being the artillery and their logo being of a tank. It's like somebody just busted the treads right off of the tank, and they just couldn't really move anywhere or do anything. So, and it was I really do think it was just from that one kickoff, and after that, it's just like, man, we're busting our tails, and we just can't get ahead of this thing.
Crowd still into it here in Florida. Fennick to Fennick. First down at the 40. Ball is spiked, stopping the clock with 24 seconds. So Alamo City, obviously going to lose this one, Gerald, but there's no, I don't know. I mean, the victory that every team goes in there for is the championship game. There's no victory to be taken away from in defeat. But that being said, a heck of a season for Alamo City, finishing 10-2. In a very difficult conference. Yale, Montana, getting down to about the 5-yard line. The South Division. For you to end with a 10-2 record and be in second place in your division, it's tough. Fort Worth obviously winning that division, undefeated on the season, and they'll play coming up next against the 4-time defending champion Baltimore Vultures. So there's going to be a South Division representative. It's now on the shoulders of Fort Worth Toros to see what they can do against Baltimore.
Yeah, and the South being probably the most competitive division consistently over the last few seasons, with the exception of the East kind of here and there, but it's, to come out and actually be, 10-2 in a season and, and reaching the semifinals, it's nothing to be ashamed about in any way, shape, or form. These coaches and these players, laid it all out there. The coaches prepping all each and every week, and these guys deserve credit for putting on, the season that they had. So, Alamo City has nothing to be ashamed of with their season at all. It just didn't work out for them today. And, I'm sure they're going to regroup and, look at re-sign a lot of their players and maybe see some new faces or some people change and stuff. And it might get them over the hump. And we might be calling their game again in the semifinals next season. And who knows? It might be them heading back to the championship.
You want to know what I think happened? Greg Soto's shirt brought him bad luck.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that.
Fennick, end zone on third down, and that one's incomplete. Fourth down and goal, 7 seconds to go. They'll get one lower shot at the end zone, and Florida Storm will kneel this one out. So a convincing victory by Florida. They've been doing it all season long. Fantastic season by them. They also won their first 7 outings, and then there was some eyebrows maybe raised. They lost to Atlanta, who finished 3-9 on the season. They lost that one by 3 points, and then back-to-back weeks lost to Carolina by a touchdown. So they were 7-0. Suddenly they're 7-2. Are they starting to come back down to earth? As the first turnover of the ball game will end this one. Ryan Davidson picking it off in the end zone. But no, Gerald, that wasn't going to be a momentum shift in Florida's season. They would close things out by winning their last 3 in the regular season, and then their quarterfinal matchup versus the San Diego Mavericks, winning that one by 21, and of course this one by a whole lot. I can't do the math. But,
and this is the 3rd game in a row that they have only allowed 17 points to their opponent. Exactly. So, it seemed like they found a formula defensive-wise that's going to only allow them to give up 17 points and actually put it to their opponents at the same time.
So that wraps up this one. Florida will get the victory, 45-17. That is your final. Gerald, I know you like to break the game down. Floor is yours. Final thoughts on this one, and maybe a look ahead to the semifinal game coming up, Florida or Baltimore at Fort Worth.
Well, you got Bullet Beletsky, getting over 350 yards on the ground for himself, and 4 or 5 touchdowns I think he rushed for today too as well. So it was all about him, and it's all about momentum shifts. Momentum shifts right before half. It seemed like a good play by the Alamo City defense, and they came out firing the second half, and then kick return kind of just shut it down right there. But I really do think Florida has the best shot out of these 2 teams, seeing how the other 2 teams on the other end of it in Baltimore and Fort Worth. And I think that's going to be a really, really good matchup to see who is going to go, and who knows.
We'll see what happens.
If Baltimore makes it, we'll have somebody who's won a championship before. But if Fort Worth makes it, we may have ourselves a new champion.
We'll have to see what happens. Stay tuned. That game kicks off in less than an hour on SFL YouTube. Your final in this one, Florida gets the victory, 45-17. They advance to their 6th SFL championship game. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. For Gerald Smith, Luke Schreiner, Zach Holdorf, Cameron Irving, Matt Wilson, who's always with us in spirits, I'm Mike Daggs. Thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy. Stay tuned. Baltimore, Fort Worth is next.